Shalom and welcome to another one of our B'nai Jacob 125th anniversary videos. I'm with a great friend, Ben Hark. Ben, thank you for joining us today. Your family goes way back. Tell us how the Hark family came to West Virginia and Charleston.
Well, the Hark family came back in the 1800s. My grandfather, Isaac Hark, I remember him, and his father, Solomon. They came in, like I say, in the 1800s, and they had a grocery store on Donnelly Street, Donnelly and Court, and they ran that for many years. And I know from the information that Solomon Hark went back to Philadelphia in the early 1900s. And I think also there were some other Harks that came, and they changed their name to Snyderman, and they lived in Philadelphia. There's a whole group of Snydermans in Philadelphia that were Harks at one point. And but my grandfather, he lived till in the early 60s, and of course I remember him very, very well.
Huh. Now, do you still connect with the Snydermans, or is there?
Not really. We don't have any other than just doing the genealogy research. We don't have any current connections yet.
Now, what brought them to Charleston?
I'd say I'm not sure exactly, but of course I think the Harks came from Russia, and they came to New York, and I'm not sure. There must have been other family or friends already here, and that's probably what brought
them here. Mm-hmm. And your family goes way back with the B'nai Jacob Synagogue. You want to tell me a little bit about their connections?
Certainly. I know that I.J. Hark and Solomon, plus about 15 others, were charter members of B'nai Jacob. It started, I'm not sure when, 125, so yeah. 1895 time frame. And of course my father was one of 9 siblings. He had brothers and sisters, and he graduated from Charleston High in 1926, and my mother Tessie, she graduated from Charleston High in 1929. So they had a long history, of course, here in Charleston. And my mother was always a member of the Ladies Auxiliary, and my father, he was president.
Do you remember what years?
In 55, 56, and I think in 61. So he was.
Oh, so he served twice.
Yeah, 3 times. He had three
different terms.
Right, right. Of course, with all the aunts, uncles, and cousins, I was always here during the early years. And I guess one of them. Of course, I remember my bar mitzvah. I think the toughest thing was remembering the speech. That was very, very difficult.
It seems like that's a pattern. Everyone talks about that darn speech.
Yeah. You
had to memorize it.
Right.
And it was on Friday night. You had nothing in front of you when you did it?
No, that's right.
Wow.
And it was really very difficult at that age. I couldn't do it today.
I can't do
without notes.
I speak for a living. I can't do it. Wow. Now, you're one of our very dependable members of the Minyan. I know you come early, coming after work, and I see you shooting hoops. A lot of people talk about our basketball court. It brings back a lot of memories. What kind of memories do you have for that?
Well, I guess ever since I could walk or hold a basketball, I was out there on the court. I know we played a lot of pickup games, church league basketball, and I know even in the later years in the 70s and 80s when we had just pickup ball, everybody would come, and of course Lee Disnoff, Lee had the best jump shot from the corner. And then, of course, if Gary Borstein was out there, you had to have 2 balls if you wanted to get a shot. That's one thing I remember. Gary will like that.
Gary want to come back on the show and, and have a rebuttal.
Exactly.
But he'd have to agree.
But no, growing up here, going to Hebrew school, I know one thing where my mother always let me out, and a couple of times I'd come in the front and we'd sneak out the back. But I think D.A. Katz, he was a year younger than me. He was always around one of the group. And one funny incident I remember, I don't know if we were skipping Hebrew school or what, but we were all going Elizabeth Street toward Washington Street. It may have been a Valley Bell there or something. I don't remember. But anyway, I always had cherry bombs, firecrackers, and we heard a bunch of chickens over on the as you get near Washington Street, and they were behind some hedges. So I lit the cherry bombs and threw it, and then all of a sudden it boom, and the guy said, "Man, they saw a bunch of feathers flying." But that's a story that Gary and I
told.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you mentioned Washington Street. Paint for me the picture, because I've always thought that was amazing, that all the little stores that used to be there.
Right.
What stores do you remember?
Well, the main one was Max's Delicatessen. I mean, that was absolutely.
Where was that?
That was probably between, I think that's at Nancy or Maxwell, the one that connects to Washington and Elizabeth. It was right in that first block on the north side.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I remember very well. Of course,
you used to go after school, or
well, any time we go pick up chopped liver. It was unbelievable. And of course, I have to mention that Mrs. Cantor's Bagels, right around the corner. She always make bagels, which on Sunday morning we get those. But yeah, that a lot of memories.
Yeah. Well, any other memories you want to share with me?
Let's see. No, I guess just all the the years Hebrew school, and then the basketball was always a big draw to a lot of us, and it was on Christmas Day. It was the only game in Charleston, so we have a lot of our friends, non-Jewish friends that would come, and we really look forward to that.
Play basketball.
Yeah.
Just to maybe draw it to a close, obviously this community and Benny Jacobs specifically has meant a lot to the Hart family.
Oh,
what does it mean to you?
Well, I guess the friendliness, the closeness of everybody, and just everybody's welcome. And I have lifelong friends here that you just don't get that. A lot of folks move away, and it'd be difficult to make new friends. But that's one thing I've noticed, that some of the people move back, and I really enjoy that long consistency, and that you don't get if you move around. But I know a lot of folks don't have a luxury of staying in one spot, but that's one thing I've enjoyed. But I think the best thing that's happened to the synagogue is you coming here.
You're very kind.
You and your family.
Well,
your dad.
We feel very blessed. And
Yeah.
when you talked about friends, I'm thinking of the friendship we both have together, and with your incredible wife Jane. Obviously, one of the quilts that she's famous for, I proudly hangs in my comic book room, and we just got another one from her, from Caleb, and we'll cherish those and cherish our friendship together. So, Benny, thanks for spending some time with me. On behalf of Benny and myself, thank you for watching. I hope you'll join us, Ben and I, and so many members of our congregation, both from in town and out of town, for our 125th anniversary. That's going to be taking place very soon, September 27th through the 29th. We hope you'll also stay for the holidays. And on behalf of Ben and I, again, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Shalom.